A strength of the original permanence entangled in the moment and its flow. He kept the vision of the past behind. A power was in him from the unknowable. A power was in him from the unknowable. A power was in him from the unknowable. Exactly what we are seeing. The absolute, the perfect, the alone has called out of silence his mute force. Absolute, that is the original permanence. Original permanence, that is the absolute, the perfect, the alone, has called out of his silence his mute force, that strength. So this line actually speaks of that. The absolute, the perfect, the alone has called out of silence his mute force, who was lying there already. A strength of the original permanent, entangled in the she has now come in this creation, therefore she is entangled in the flow of time, you see. He kept the vision of the vast, but his vision of the Brahat, of the wide, of the vast is always there. A power was with him, was in him, from the unknowable, from some indescribable source. There is a strength in him, always there, and it is because of that he is doing that thing. In other words, the strength here is the power from the unknowable and the strength of the original permanence. So if this original permanence is Ashwapati and the strength is Savitri, then that power, Savitri, is a power from the unknowable. That power, that strength, that Savitri is from the unknowable. That unknowable, permanent, original, permanent, indescribable, absolute, and archivist of the symbol to the beyond. So, he has become now an archivist. You see, this is the description, goes on, you see, he has become an archivist. A treasurer of superhuman dreams. He bore the stamp of mighty memories and shed the grandiose ray on human life. Mighty memories. He bore the stamp of mighty memories and shed the grandiose ray on human life. Well, his memories of the place from where he has come, that he does not forget. The memory, the place from where he has come, it is those he is bringing down here and seeing here. The mighty memories, he bore the stamp of mighty memories and shed the grandiose ray on human lives. What are the memories? To bring out the future, the brighter future, you see. His days were a long growth to the Supreme, long growth. He has come here in the mortal creation and therefore he has to grow now in the mortal creation. But the whole process of that growth is a long process. It goes on through eons, kalpas, yugas. It goes on, you see, eons, kalpas, yugas. Where? Back to the Supreme, wherefrom he has come. A skyward being nourishing his rule on sustenance from occult spiritual. A skyward being, he has become a skyward being now because he has taken the place in earth and he is aspiring now for the supreme possibilities. Therefore, he has become a skyward being, rising up like a tree, up, you see, nourishing his roots on sustenance from occult spiritual fount, climbed through white rays to meet an unseen sun. That is his attempt. He has come here in the darkness of night and his attempt is now to see the sun which is not seen in the darkness, you see. Here. The light which is there but hidden now, it is that he has to discover first, you see. A skyward being nourishing his roots. So he is describing him as a tree and the tree is nourishing, is getting the sustenance from the soil. Now, from the occult spiritual source, the tree is getting its nourishment from an occult spiritual source. The tree is getting its nourishment from an occult spiritual source. Now, what is that occult spiritual source? Occult, hidden, secret, in the working of nature, in the working of luminous nature. The possibility, the spirit which are there, it is from that source he is drawing the nourishment. It is from that source he is drawing the spiritual of light and spirit which is present here. It is from that he is drawing the nourishment and going upward, growing like a tree up there, you see. A skyward being nourishing its root on sustenance from occult, spiritual, occult, they are there in the depths of nature, locked there. The possibility of the spirit, of light, of force, they are there, you see. Energy is there already. That energy is there, that force is there, that light is there in nature. It is from that spiritual source he is drawing the nourishment and climbing up. Climb through white rays to meet the unseen sun. His soul lived as eternity's delegate. His mind was like a fire rustling heaven. His will hunter in the trails of light. Now this is poetry, you see. This is poetry, you see. His soul lived as eternity's delegate. Eternity's delegate. See, again, same thing. He comes as a delegate, as a representative of the eternity. You see. Again, a representative of eternity. He is not somebody who is here. He comes. Now, whether he comes as an involutionary or evolutionary, that we don't know. But his soul lived as eternity's delegate, you see. His soul lived as eternity's delegate. An ocean impulse lifted every breath. It is such a powerful kind of a wide, jumping up like an ocean. Each action left the footprints of a God. So that is the majestic work he is doing. The great, sublime, powerful work he is doing. Each action left the footprints of a God. Each moment was the beat of puissant wing, powerful wings of an eagle. And it is on those wings of eagle, the golden eagle is climbing up, you see. Each moment was the beat of puissant wing. So he is already such a bird, you see, climbing up, drawing nourishment from the occult spiritual founts. The little plot of our mortality. Yeah, well, this is the greatness of we. After all, in the entire scheme of this creation, ours is only a small little plot. But we prize so much. This little, small little earth, we prize so much. Touched by this tenant from the heights became, he is a tenant. He is not a native of this place. He has hired a room here. He has hired an acre of land here to live. A playground of the living infinite, this bodily appearance. But although he has taken there as a human, he is talking about the human now, as a delegate of eternity, he is talking about that thing. This bodily appearance, although you look at his avatar as a human, but he is not really that human. There is something behind him. More luminous, powerful, occult, luminous. Touched by his, this bodily appearance is not all. The form deceived. Yeah, we are deceived because we see through the eyes of mind. What we see through the eyes of mind. Therefore, we are deceived. The form deceived. The person is a ma. Yeah, we say, this is Sri Aurobindo, this is Mother. We are deceived as human. But the divine personalities which are there, that would only hid deep in man, celestial powers can dwell. He is kind of generalizing it. His fragile ship conveys through the sea of years an incognito or the imperishable. So that incognito is traveling in a fragile ship. That little soul which is there, the immortal in the mortal, Mame Amsha, Jiva, small little soul which is there in us, it is that. His fragile ship conveys fragile because it is subject to all kind of attacks of this creation. It is not strong enough to bear the powers which are hostile, their strength, their attacks. It is not able to bear it. This fragile ship conveys. So this is a ship in which that immortal is living, that incognito is living, and he is carrying forward this imperishable. The spirit, a spirit that is the flame of God, abides. A portion, a fiery portion of the wonderful. That flame of God is a fiery portion, flame of God. Divya Agni which is there, Divya Agni which is there in a small little flame which is there, Jwala which is there is a fiery portion. It is only a bit of the Supreme. It is Ansha, a bit, a small little part only of the Supreme. It is there. A fiery portion of the wonderful, wonderful, Adbhuta, amazing, splendid, marvelous, miraculous, Adbhuta, Adbhuta, Adabhuta, Adabhuta means the elemental presence. Adi, first, Bhuta, being. It is he that wonderful. The first, Ada means Adi, first, Bhuta, being. The first being, that is that wonderful. If you translate that wonderful as Adbhuta in Sanskrit, is that wonderful. An artist of his own beauty and delight. Therefore he is wonderful. He is Adbhuta. Artist of his own beauty and delight. Immortal in our mortal poverty. This is literally taken from the Rig Veda. Immortal in the mortal. Agni is described as the immortal in the mortal. Amartyam marteshu. Amartyam marteshu. Amartyam, immortal. Marteshu, immortal. Amartyam marteshu. The gods have sent inwards. The Rishi is saying, the gods have sent inwards you, the divine worker. The Agni has been sent by the gods inward. You, the divine, because you are a divine worker. They who are forever with one passion, the gods who have one passion, it is these gods who have sent you inward. Agni has been sent inward by that passion. What is the passion of the gods? To bring light, to bring power, to bring joy, to bring sweetness, bring love, harmony, beauty in His creation. That is the passion of the gods. And with that passion, they have sent Agni inward within us. Why the Agni is there? So that these powers get expressed here. Oh Agni, with the will they sent you in, with the will. Yes, it must happen. You have to do it. That is with that will. So the force, the thrust of the gods is there in sending Agni inward for that purpose. He is the immortal in mortals. He is immortal in mortals. Amartyam yajata marteshu Amartyam yajata marteshu Amartyam, immortal. Marteshu, the mortal. No, it's all right now. It doesn't go easily. So, he is the immortal and immortal. You see, that is the character. It is Agni who has been sent into this world, within us. Go inside and do God's work inside. Immortal in our mortal poverty, obviously. Lack of spiritual merit in us. It is to uplift him up. A fiery portion, mamai ansha, portion, ansha is a portion, bit. That is what the Gita says. I am there within you as a small bit. I am there within you as a small bit. That psychic being, that Chaitya Purusha, I am there within you small. A spirit that is a flame of God. It is he who abides in man. A spirit that is a flame of God abides. A fiery portion of the wonderful fiery portion. You see, Adbhuta, the elemental marvel, you see. Artist of his own, what a wonderful line. Fiery potion, wonderful. Artist of his own beauty and delight. He is the creator of his own delight, his own beauty, his own joy, you see. Immortal in our mortal poverty. So that is what the work of Agni is within us. Agni is doing that. The psychic being is constantly doing that work in us, and we are not aware of it. The sculptor, because he is a worker, and what kind of thing? He makes forms of the infinite. He sculpts forms. This great unrecognized inhabitant, initiate of his own veiled mysteries, hides in a small dumb seed his cosmic thought. His cosmic thought. Hides in a small dumb seed. So all that thing is there in a small little seed. Dumb, it is not expressing, but that luminous seed is there and it is hiding all that thing.